everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about place value. Can everybody say place value? Okay, now say place value in a really deep voice. Place value. Okay, you're probably asking yourself, Miss Wallen, well, what even is place value? Don't get worried, I'm about to show you. Place value is the value of a digit or amount the digit is worth based on its position in a number. And what a digit is, it can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. It would not be 10 because 10 would be two separate digits. You can use a place value chart to help you understand the value of each digit. And that's what I'm going to show you today. We're going to be talking about the different places in each one of these digits. Okay? First, I'd like to show you a visual representation. Everybody can see that I have one little piece, right? I have 1. So my digit would be 1. Well, now let's say I pick up one of these. Now, I ask myself, would these be worth the same? Are these the same amount, this one and this one? No, it wouldn't be the same amount because this is just one little piece. And this is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is actually 10 ones. This is 10 of these little ones. So this is kind of how we're going to show how the digit changes. Okay, so now you said that this one group of 10 is larger than this one group of 1. Now let me ask, what if I grab this one? I have this one, this is 1, and this is 1. Do they all equal the same amount? No, of course they don't equal the same amount. This is 1. This is one group of 10. And this is one group of, and if I count all of these, one group of 100. Okay? So I could either say one group of 100, or I could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 groups of 10. Let me show you a little bit more what I'm talking about. Today, we're going to talk about different forms of a number and looking at their different place values. The number we're going to do today is 645,124. Okay? We're going to start off with the smallest number. Now, standard form, everybody say standard form. Oh, I don't think you're loud enough. Everybody say standard form. Okay, standard form is when my number is written using my digits. So right here I can see each number, I can see each one of my digits. We're going to start right down here. This 4 is in my 4 ones. Okay, so if this 4 is in my ones place value, I think to myself, how many ones am I going to have? Am I just going to have 1? Am I going to have 2? No, I'm going to have 4 ones. So let me count out 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now when I see the 4 in my ones place value, I know I would have 4. Okay, let's keep going. So I took care of my 4. Let's go over to my 2 now. First, I have my ones place value. Then, I have my tens place value. Tens place value. First, I have my ones. Then, I have my tens place value. Now, I think to myself, how many groups of 10 am I going to have? Well, I have to look at that digit 2. So, I'm going to have one group of 10, but I know I'm not done there because it says 2 groups of 10. So I have one group of 10, now 2 groups of 10. Okay, so far I took care of my ones place, so where I have my 4 ones. I took care of my tens place, where I have my 2 groups of 10. And I know that when it's in my tens place value, it's not actually 2, right? We don't see 2 here. If I see 2 in my tens place value, if I counted up each one of these, it's actually going to equal 20. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe we're kind of sorry. Took care of my ones place value, took care of my tens place value. Now I'm going to take care of my hundreds place value. Hundreds place value. Okay? So now I'm going to look at that digit that's in my hundreds place value, and I see a 1. Okay? Once again, I know, now I'm learning now, I know that this 1 doesn't just equal one small little piece. It's actually going to equal 100 of these little pieces. So I would have 1 of my 100th boards. Because I took care of my 10 ones, took care of my 10s, now I took care of my hundreds, and I only need 1 of these 100 boards. Okay? Uh-oh. Now, you probably noticed that they're kind of built like houses, right? They're kind of built like houses, and this is where it kind of gets tricky. In your house, and specifically in place value, we can only have 3 people in a house. So if you notice, there's only 3 people in the house. When it gets more than 3, it gets too crowded. So we have to separate with a fence. And I always use this is a comma. But I kind of think about it like a fence between your neighbors. Say you're going over to your neighbor's house, there's a fence between you and your neighbors. Your house, and when your house gets full, then you have to go next door to my thousands. Okay? So I took care of my ones, took care of my tens, took care of my hundreds. Now I have to go over to the neighbor's house, a new house, and go to my thousands place value. And in this case, I can see that the 5 is in my thousands place value. So I'm going to write my 5 right here. And what place value was this one in again? Oh, the thousands. Thousands place value. Okay? So now, I would need, would I just need 5 of these little guys? No, because that doesn't equal 5,000. I would need 5 of these. Okay? So far, taking care of my ones, taking care of my tens, taking care of my hundreds. Then I jump next door, that comma, thousand, so I have 5,000. I can also read this 4 groups of 1, 2 groups of 10, 1 group of 100, 5 groups of 1,000. Now we're going to do 4 groups of, ready, of 10,000. 10,000. And I can see, look, in my second part of my ones, I have my tens. Now we just think 10,000. I have 10 groups of my thousands. Okay? So I took care of my ones. I have 4 groups of 1, 2 groups of 10, 1 group of 100, comma, 5 groups of 1,000, 4 groups of 10,000. Now finally I'm going to take care of this big old number. And I'm going to look, 100, and I'm going to have 600,000. 100,000. Okay? So now, as I'm looking at this, I can see, and when I read this number, it'd be 645,120. That's how I would read this number in standard form. Now, you're going to have to come back for tomorrow's lesson to talk about word form and expanded form.